Hey, what's going on, everybody? Good evening. Welcome to another Pro Wrestling Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, in this video, I want to talk a little bit about the upcoming Hana Kimura Memorial show called pinx. That'll be coming up, as a matter of fact, next week. Beginning of next week. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. Also talk a little bit about the new announced AEW Collision Saturday show. I'm going to talk about that a little bit, give my thoughts on that. And of course, going to give the updated standings of the Best of Super Juniors tournament as Night 5 concluded. And it's been quite interesting. Interesting turn of events in the Best Super Juniors tournament. Before we get started, two things. Number one, be sure to check out the description or the link in the description for Game Beauty for an awesome lineup of video game themed makeup and cosmetic products. If you see something you like and want to make a purchase, be sure to use the promo code BlitzballChamp, all in caps, and you can get 10% off of your order. So be sure to use that little discount promo code. And then secondly, just wanted to take time to give a shout out and pretty much dedicate this video to the just recently passed away superstar Billy Graham, as was confirmed from Ric Flair. He posted on his Twitter that he had passed away. Superstar Billy Graham, real name Eldridge Wayne Coleman, actually died today, May 17th. He was 79 years old. And the last thing I remembered was that he was on life support. So it sounded like he didn't have a whole lot of time left. I don't know a whole lot about superstar Billy Graham. He had retired while I was still very young. He retired in 1988. I was born in 84, so I was 4 years old when he retired, so I really didn't get to watch much of Superstar Billy Graham. I played him a little bit in the Legends of Wrestling video game, but only thing I know is he was trained by Stu Hart. He was WWE Hall of Famer, class of 2004. And he was, I believe he was a former, I want to say he was probably a former WWF heavyweight champion, or at least long time ago. But yeah, he was a former NWA World Tag Team Champion 2 times, or no, just 1 time with Pat Patterson. So a lot of history with him. But like I said, it's not a wrestler that I grew up watching a lot of, because I was 4 when he retired, so I haven't really gotten to see a lot of him, and I pretty much grew up around the time like the early WCW days and so forth and so on. But he was definitely a name that I had heard about quite a lot over the years. So it's like I can't say that I've really known him like just his persona or whatnot, but I knew of him. Just being honest. But definitely was a part of WWF, AWA, NWA. And I there's not really a whole lot much I can say, but definitely just found out the news. Ric Flair posted about it on his Twitter, but rest in peace, superstar Billy Graham. He was 79 years old, just passed away today, May 17th. So prayers go up for him, for his family, that are going to be mourning this loss. But, another one that was a part of the pro wrestling business. So as a pro wrestling fan, definitely want to pay my respects. So rest in peace, superstar Billy Graham. Okay. I wanted to talk a little bit about the upcoming Hana Kimura Memorial show. This one is called Pinx, and this will be on May 23rd, which is a Tuesday. And actually, Fight TV is going to be streaming it live, which I just ordered it not too long before starting this video. So, the live stream is at 5:30 in the morning, so I'll probably have to catch the archive. But I did order the show, so I'm definitely looking forward to checking out the show. And this, I believe, is the third ever Hana Kimura Memorial show. They've been doing them yearly now, so I think that's pretty cool. But it'll be at Korakuen Hall in Japan, and they got a lot of confirmed participating wrestlers for this show. I haven't really looked at the card much, but apparently they got a lot of notable names that are going to be on here. Like, a lot of Stardom talent is going to be on this show. Shuri's going to be on this show. Konami, Rina, newly crowned future Stardom champion Rina. Natsupoi is going to be on here. Saori Ano, Miyuki Takase, Mio Momono, Big Hush, Chihiro Hashimoto is going to be on this show. Miyuki Takase, Ram Kaicho, Aja Kong, Mika Iwata, Ryo Mizunami, Sari, the Sun God, Kari Yoneyama, and apparently, supposedly, Sakura Hirota is going to be playing, I guess, the role of Hana Kimura in a special attraction match. I think that's what the word is, but I don't know for sure. But a lot of well-known names here, and there's a lot of guys for this show as well. Like, apparently, I don't know a lot of the guys on this, but except for Super Delphin. I have heard of Super Delphin, and the other ones I'm not too familiar with, but they're going to have a couple of matches, a battle royal. There's going to be a battle royal. Let's see. Saori Ano versus Miyuki Takase. That ought to be good. They got Asuka / Vinny on here. So she's going to be wrestling. But there's a lot of names on here, and I definitely look forward to checking this out. And when I do watch the show, I will definitely do a review on it. So you can definitely look forward to that. But yeah, I had missed out on the previous memorial shows, so I definitely looking forward to checking this out. It's going to be on Fight TV. You can order it. I believe it's $24.99, so not too bad. But yep, just ordered it before I started recording this video. So definitely looking forward to checking this out. And Hana Kimura, definitely greatly missed. It's a bummer I never got a chance to to meet her. There's actually a friend of mine, shout out to Virtual Kazama, that actually got a chance to see her wrestle live. And, from a lot of what I've heard, Hana Kimura really loves her fans. I know she's competed in ROH, and I thought that was really cool. But I've heard from many different fans of Hana Kimura that have gotten a chance to meet her that she just loves her fans. So, just that was another one that was gone too soon, and it's just a reminder that cyberbullying unfortunately is a real thing, and it sucks that's that ended up being a big part of why she's no longer here. But yeah, she was only 22. But it's good to see that they're continuing to do the yearly Hana Kimura Memorial show, as May 23rd is the show, and also actually the day of her passing. So it all makes sense, but I think it's pretty cool that they're continuing to keep that theme of the Hana Kimura Memorial shows. And, like I said, this one will be number 3 because, she passed in 2020, so it's 2023. So, Memorial Show number 3. Looking forward to checking it out, as I missed the previous 2, so definitely looking forward to checking this one out. As not only, we can look forward to some great wrestling, but also take some time remembering Hana Kimura. So definitely looking forward to that. Want to talk a little bit about the newly announced AEW Saturday Collision, which will be a 2-hour series, so 2-hour shows, and they're going to premiere Saturday, June 17th at 8 p.m. It not only talked about that, but also it's going to feature headliners like Thunder Rosa, Miro, Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, Andrade El Idolo. So it makes me wonder if that's pretty much how, Thunder Rosa, Miro, Andrade make their in-ring returns, I'm guessing. But of course, we all know that AEW Dark and Dark Elevation, just recently closed their doors, which, some say it's a bummer because, it's 2 less shows. But, I get it, because we got AEW Dynamite, we got Rampage, we're getting ready to have Collision in June. So, I get it. And of course, Tony Khan owns AEW and ROH, so they've been doing ROH on Thursdays and whatnot. Now, what I'm very curious about is with AEW Collision on Saturdays. Now that I think about it, because I was thinking about when are they going to do, their pay-per-views, but now that I think about it, most of their pay-per-views have been on Sunday evenings, for the most part. I know sometimes they have had pay-per-views on, I know they've had pay-per-views on Saturdays before, but, for the most part, they've had a good share of pay-per-views on Saturdays and Sundays for what I remember. As a matter of fact, the first Double or Nothing was on a Saturday. So, I guess it just makes me wonder, are pay-per-views going forward going to be on Sundays? You know what I mean? That definitely makes me wonder. Although, let me see. Because Forbidden Door's on Sunday. All In is on Sunday. All Out is on. Yeah. So it looks like going forward, at least what it looks like is pay-per-views are going to be on Sundays. They're going to be on Sundays. So, I mean, I guess that's what it's come down to. So when you think about it, we now got Dynamite on TBS on Wednesdays. We got Rampage on TNT on Fridays, but sometimes they may do, I guess Saturdays or whatnot, but the idea is Fridays. Collision on Saturdays. And they're still gonna do house shows, I believe, because that was one of the things that was said, that AEW was gonna start doing house shows. And I think, if I remember correctly, yeah, AEW House Rules. Yeah, House Rules. So it makes me wonder how crazy the schedule is going to get. Because, I mean, if you got house shows plus Dynamite plus Rampage and Collision, and then you got pay-per-views, which, I mean, the pay-per-views are pretty spread out. I'm very curious to see how they do things. And, of course, same thing with ROH. I still think Tony Khan needs some help, as far as handling ROH and AEW. I mean, it just seems like a whole lot to handle. But yeah, it really makes me wonder, like, how this is going to affect a lot. And looking at, and you know what it also makes me think of? I also noticed that one of the Collision shows will be on a Thursday, June 29th. That's actually on a Thursday. So, interesting how the schedule is gonna be. But AEW doing some new things, and we'll have to see what happens. It looks like the last House Rules show that they have on their event list is June 3rd. And then I'm starting to see the collisions appear. But, I mean, I'm sure they're going to add more. But I find it funny that the AEW Saturday Collision looks very similar to the WCW Monday Nitro. Monday Night Nitro. So I hope it does well. I hope it really does well. There's been talks about whether there's going to be a brand split or, a soft brand split and whatnot. I mean, I'm guessing with how big the roster size is, I'm guessing we're probably going to see some talent featured more on certain shows versus others, which is very possible. But, I mean, I think when you have it spread out like that, I think they have a chance to hopefully better balance the use of the talent, especially now being that you're not doing the YouTube thing anymore with Dark and Dark Elevation. With you having Dynamite, Rampage, and now Collision, I feel like this will put them in a little bit of a better position to spread out the talent. Because, I mean, Dynamite's 2 hours. Rampage, I believe for now, is still 1 hour. But, I mean, they've pretty much been doing recording Rampage along with Dynamite. So, I mean, you're really getting like that extra hour. Like if you go to a Dynamite live, you're pretty much getting, at least 3 or so hours with the Dynamite and Rampage. And then you got 2 hours with Collision. So, I think this is a good move. I think this is definitely a good move for AEW. And hopefully it works out for them. And then, we've had talent from AEW wrestle on ROH as well. I mean, I guess have they really even sort of broken down who's on what? Because, I don't know, I just find it kind of interesting. But I'm sure they do have their specific ROH rosters. But as I said before, AEW's loaded with a lot of talent. There's a lot of folks on this roster. So it'll be interesting to see how they really spread everybody out. And I think with 3 shows like this, just outside of ROH, but 3 shows like this, and then you tack on the pay-per-views, that are spread out, I think this is a good move. I do. And, I am going to miss the Elevation and Dark. And it looks like they're going to keep all of those episodes up on their YouTube, which is still cool. You can always go back and look at them. So I think that's pretty cool. But I hope it works out for AEW. I really do. I hope it works out. And hopefully Collision will be great. But with that being said and done, I'm thinking that most likely going forward, all ROH pay-per-views will be on Sundays. Or not ROH, AEW pay-per-views will be on Sundays. Now, as far as ROH, now that's a whole different story. Because it now makes me wonder, like, how are they going to do their ROH shows? Because right now, they don't have anything on their website. So, there's no telling when's the next ROH pay-per-view. I mean, we had Supercard of Honor, but other than them doing the TV tapings on Thursdays, they don't have any other events upcoming. So, guess we'll have to wait and see what happens with ROH, because, that's another thing to think about. But we'll see. Hope it works out, though. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's move on to the Best of Super Juniors 30. As Night 5 is in the books. So let's go ahead and dive in and look at the current standings. Quite interesting standings, but let's go ahead and take a look. Alrighty. Starting off with the A block, as usual. So, right now, sitting at the bottom, poor old Ryusuke Taguchi. Hey, I said it right this time. Still sitting with 0 points, with a record of 0-5. Oof. Losses to Lio Rush, Hiromu Takahashi, Teton, Taiji Ishimori, and Sho. And honestly, now that I think about it, he's actually eliminated. Well, actually, no, not quite. Not quite. Because he still has to face Kushida. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 matches. So he can still get 8 points. But he has to win out. So actually he's in danger. He is in danger. Yeah, Ryusuke Taguchi's in danger of elimination. So he cannot afford another loss. Because we got 3 wrestlers so far with 8 points. So in order for him to finish the top 2, I mean, it's going to be hard. He's going to have to win out the rest of his matches, and then the others are going to have to lose out. But if he loses another match, he's done for. He's done for. All right. We got 2 folks sitting at at 2 points apiece, which are Kushida and Sho. Let's look at Sho. Sho has a record of 1-4, with a victory over Ryusuke Taguchi, but losses to Lio Rush, Hiromu Takahashi, TJP, and Speedball Mike Bailey. Yeah, he's going to have to start getting on the ball and picking up some wins, or else he's going to be in danger of elimination. But, oh yeah, I should probably do that as well. Okay. Kushida, also 1-4. He's got the big victory, the one big victory over Speedball Mike Bailey, but he's got losses to Doki, Teton, TJP, and Taiji Ishimori. 1-4. 4 matches left. He's still in it, but he's going to need to win out. He's going to need to win out. Okay. Next up, we have one competitor that has 4 points, and that's Doki. Doki is 2-3. He's got victories over Kushida and Lio Rush, but losses to Hiromu Takahashi, TJP, and Taiji Ishimori. He's hanging in there, but still has a chance to finish strong. All right, we have 3 competitors with 6 points, which are Hiromu Takahashi, Teton, and TJP. Let's look at TJP. TJP, 3-2 right now. He's got victories over Kushida, Doki, and Sho, but losses to Teton and Speedball Mike Bailey, which the Speedball Mike Bailey match was really good. But, TJP's hanging in there. Still has plenty of opportunities to increase his point total. All right, Teton. Teton is also 3-2. He's got victories over Kushida, Ryusuke Taguchi, and TJP, but losses to Taiji Ishimori and Speedball Mike Bailey. And then we got Hiromu Takahashi, current IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. 3-2, victories over Ryusuke Taguchi, Doki, and Teton. Or excuse me, Ryusuke Taguchi, Doki, and Sho. Sorry about that. And the 2 losses to Lio Rush and Speedball Mike Bailey. Okay. And then we have 3 competitors sitting at the top with 8 points apiece, which are Lio Rush, Taiji Ishimori, and Speedball Mike Bailey. So, unfortunately, nobody is undefeated anymore in the A block. Alright, let's start with Speedball. 4-1. He's got 4 victories over Hiromu Takahashi, Teton, TJP, and Sho, but he suffered his first defeat, tapping out to Kushida. So, big win for Kushida. But like I said, Speedball has 8 points, so he's looking good. He's looking really good. All right, Bone Soldier Taiji Ishimori, same thing, 4-1. Victories over Kushida, Ryusuke Taguchi, Doki, and Teton, but a loss to Lio Rush. All right, and then finally, the bad child, Lio Rush, 4-1. Was on a hot winning streak with victories over Ryusuke Taguchi, Hiromu Takahashi, Taiji Ishimori, and Sho, but he suffered a submission defeat at the hands of Doki. So Doki gave him his first L. But these top 3 competitors, and Lio Rush, Taiji Ishimori, and Speedball Mike Bailey, are looking very strong. And I honestly have a feeling that 2 out of those 3 will advance to the playoff round. I mean, they're looking really, really strong. Let's go ahead and move to the B block, and then once we cover that, we'll look into the next upcoming matches. All right, B block. So for the B block, right now, sitting at the bottom with 0 points is Bushi. And as a matter of fact, Bushi is definitely in danger of elimination. He is winless right now. 0-5. Losses to El Desperado, Kevin Knight, Robbie Eagles, Dan Maloney, and Clark Connors. Yeah, he needs to get on the ball and start winning matches. It's gonna be really rough for him unless he starts winning. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3 competitors with 4 points apiece. We got Kevin Knight, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, and Dan Maloney. Let's look at Dan Maloney. Dan Maloney has a record of 2-3. He's got victories over Yo and Bushi, but losses to Master Wado, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, and Francesco Akira. We got Yoshinobu Kanemaru, also 2-3. Victories over El Desperado and Dan Maloney, but then he's kind of struggled some with losses to Master Wado, Kevin Knight, and Robbie Eagles. And then we have Kevin Knight, 2-3, was off to a rough start, but was able to pick up 2 victories over Yoshinobu Kanemaru and Bushi, but has losses to El Desperado, Francesco Akira, and Clark Connors. And then let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 competitors with 6 points apiece, which are El Desperado, Yo, Master Wado, Francesco Akira, and Clark Connors. Wow, so race is tight here. Let's start with Clark Connors. So he's 3-2. He's got victories over Kevin Knight, Bushi, and Francesco Akira, but 2 losses to Yo and Robbie Eagles. All right. Francesco Akira, 3-2. He's got victories over Kevin Knight, Robbie Eagles, and Dan Maloney, but losses to Master Wato and Clark Connors. All right. Master Wato, who's been surprisingly doing well. 3-2. Victories over Yoshinobu Kanemaru, Francesco Akira, and Dan Maloney, but losses to El Desperado and Yo. All right, Yo, 3-2. Victories over El Desperado, Master Wato, and Clark Connors, but losses to Robbie Eagles and Dan Maloney. And then we got El Desperado, 3-2. He's got victories over Master Wato, Kevin Knight, and Bushi, but losses to Yo and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. And then sitting at the top, all by himself with 8 points, Robbie, oi, 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 Robbie, oi, 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 Robbie, oi, Robbie, oi, Robbie, oi, oi, oi. Robbie Eagles, 8 points. He is 4-1 with victories over Yo, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, Bushi, and Clark Connors, and the 1 loss to Francesco Akira, which was a really great match, by the way. But yeah, so those are your current standings for the B block. Right now, Bushi is in danger of elimination, and in the A block, Ryusuke Taguchi is in danger of elimination. Now, with that being said, let's take a look at upcoming matches. So, we just finished matches that were on May 17th. So, we got some matches that are on the 18th. Let's take a look at what we have. A clash of Super Junior greats here. Hiromu Takahashi versus Kushida. Oh, that should be really good. I wouldn't mind if that was the main event, to be honest with you. That should be really good. Let's see, what else? We got, Teton versus Lio Rush. That should be really good. Oh, wow. May 18th looking like it's going to be solid. Ryusuke Taguchi versus TJP. Okay. Maybe Ryusuke Taguchi eventually bust out the butt stuff. I don't know, but he's been struggling, so he needs to do something, I guess. Let's see. Sho versus Taiji Ishimori. Bullet Club versus House of Torture. Let's go. And then Speedball Mike Bailey versus Doki. Oh, that ought to be interesting, because remember, Doki beat Lio Rush, who was undefeated. And who knows, Doki might defeat the hot Speedball Mike Bailey, because, Speedball and Rush both have 8 points. So, we'll see. But, wow, A-block matches for tomorrow look really, really good. I mean, that Kushida Hiromu, that's going to be solid. And even Teton versus Lio Rush. I mean, we got some great A-block matches to look forward to. Yeah. Got some really great matches to look forward to. All right, let's look at B block. Let's see what we got for the B block. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Yoshinobu Kanemaru versus Bushi. Okay. Robbie Eagles versus Master Wato. Okay. Yo versus Francesco Akira. Actually, that's an interesting matchup. I think that's going to be a surprisingly good match. I think that's going to surprise some folks. So I'm going to keep my eye on that one. Dan Maloney versus Kevin Knight. Okay, interesting. Clark Connors versus El Desperado. Oh, interesting matchup there. Really interesting matchup. So, I mean, people like has a few. You know, like I said, Yo versus Akira, definitely looking forward to. But who knows? Maybe Bushi can pull the upset and defeat Kanemaru. I mean, he needs a victory badly. But yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna be more hyped for the next A block matches. But you know, there's a few B block matches that are intriguing. But yeah, so you know, quite a lot to look forward to. And like I said before, they got matches tomorrow, the 18th, also the 19th, and then they take a break on the 20th. Although I do find it interesting that on the 21st, they got matches on the 21st, and at the same time, that's also the same date as NJPW Strong Resurgence. So, New Japan Pro Wrestling, they're going to have a busy weekend. It's actually going to be a very busy weekend for pro wrestling, now that I think about it, because, I mean, you got the Best of Super Juniors tournament. You got, I'm going to 2 DPW shows this weekend. The DPW versus Elevation Pro Wrestling on Saturday, and then DPW No Pressure on Sunday. And like I said, you got NJPW Strong Resurgence. That's also the 21st. So it's a pretty big weekend for pro wrestling. Trying to think, are there any other big events? TJPW has their live tour in the spring 2023, actually this Saturday, May 20th. I didn't see any title matches on that card, but you know, they're going to be having a show this weekend. But yeah, so a lot of pro wrestling to watch this weekend, and then Tuesday you got the Hana Kimura Memorial show. So quite a lot to look forward to, y'all, just in this weekend alone. Alrighty, but that will do it for this Pro Wrestling Talk video. Be sure to check out the link in the description for Game Beauty, and also let me know what y'all's thoughts are. Let me know, do you remember a lot about Superstar Billy Graham? Were any of those watching one of those that got a chance to see his career, to see a lot of his matches? You know, share with me. Let me know what y'all thought of Superstar Billy Graham. So yeah, definitely share your memories and thoughts. Are y'all looking forward to the third Hana Kimura Memorial show called Pinx? Definitely, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be my first show watching, so definitely looking forward to that. How do y'all feel about the new AEW Collision, Saturday Collision? That's going to be on TNT, debuting in June. What do y'all think about that? Another 2-hour show just like Dynamite. Let me know your thoughts on that. Best of the Super Juniors. What did you think about Night 5 matches and how the scores are looking? Who do you think's going to break free? Do you think Bushi or Ryusuke Taguchi? You think either one of them are finally going to get their first win? They're on the brink of elimination. So let me know what your thoughts are. And don't forget to Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell while you're at it. And thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the content. For another Pro Wrestling Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. My name is Jason Ingram. Hope everybody has a blessed rest of the evening. And I will see y'all in the next video. Take care. Peace.